was thinking about Woody as an illustrator as well as a songwriter. He drew, I don't know, hundreds, maybe thousands of ink and watercolor images, and it seems like a pretty equal mode of expression for him as well as songwriting. And so I think that there really is that direct connection there to Norman Rockwell, as well as the images in the songs. You know, they're both depicting the lives of everyday people for other everyday people. They had that similarity, knowing that it would engage people's hearts regardless of what the politics might be. And I think that this became especially effective during the war. I don't know, like I said, I don't know what they thought, but Woody ended up joining the Merchant Marines and was in the war. And one story that I have is I play in a group with Woody's granddaughter Sarah Lee Guthrie, and we have this group called the Hoping Machine, and the name comes from this moment when they were on the ship in the Merchant Marines, and they were being tracked by a U-boat, and everyone was totally freaked out, and Woody ran down in the basement or something and found this, basically an old fan, and he brought it to the top to the deck, and he put it at the end of the ship and turned it on, a fan, and he said, "This is going to help us. That little extra bit of air is going to put us just out of the range of the torpedoes." And they're like, "What is that?" And he said, "It's the Hoping Machine." So, he was always thinking. And one song he wrote about the first U.S. naval ship to be sunk before we technically entered the war was the Reuben James. That was the name of the ship. It's a destroyer. And that was on Halloween 1941, I think. And he's got a song about that too, Sinking of the Reuben James. Have you heard of a ship called the Good Reuben James? Manned by hard-fighting men, both of honor and fame. She flew the stars and stripes of the land of the free, but tonight she's in her grave at the bottom of the sea. Tell me, what were their names? Tell me, what were their names? Do you have a friend on the Good Reuben James? What were their names? Tell me, what were their names? Do you have a friend on the Good Reuben James? Well, 100 men went down in that dark, watery grave. When the good ship went down, only 44 were saved. 'Twas the last day of October, we saved the 44 from the cold ocean waters and the cold icy shore. Tell me, what were their names? Tell me, what were their names? You have a friend on the Good Reuben James. What were their names? Tell me, what were their names? You have a friend on the Good Reuben James. It was there in the dark of that uncertain night. We watched for the U-boats, waited for a fight. Then a whine and a rock and a great explosion roared. They laid that Reuben James on the cold ocean floor. Tell me, what were their names? Tell me, what were their names? You have a friend on the Good Reuben James. What were their names? Tell me, what were their names? You have a friend on the Good Reuben James. Now tonight There are lights in a country so bright, and the farms and the cities, they're telling of the fight. Now our mighty battleships will steam the bounding main, and remember the name of the good Ruth and James. What were their names? Tell me, what were their names? Did you have a friend on the good Ruth and James? What were their names? Tell me, what were their names? Did you have a friend on the good Ruth and James? Thanks. Everybody know the song When the Saints Go Marching In? Woody has When the Yanks Go Marching In. Oh, when the Yanks go marching in. Boys, I want to be in that number when the Yanks go marching in. When our tanks go rolling in. When our planes will win the sky. Yeah, so I do have some songs where I'll just read some of the lyrics, as there were thousands of songs and some did not get recorded, and so some of them they're just the lyric, and then other ones they've been more recently recorded by musician friends of the family, and so I'll read a little bit too. But now I'm going to play another song that had an original lyric of so long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. This dusty old dust is getting my home, and I gotta be drifting along. And then the lyric was altered during World War II. There's a World War II version. I'll play that for now. I got the news that the war had begun. It was straight for the army hall that I run. And all of the people in my hometown was running up and running down, singing so long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. There's a mighty big war that's got to be won. We'll get back together again. The crowd was packed by the railroad track, where people was yelling and a patting my back. And while the engineer, he rung his bell, I hugged all the mothers and I kissed all the gals, singing so long, been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. There's a mighty big war that's got to be won. We'll get back together again. I got to the camp and I learned how to fight. Fascists in daytime, mosquitoes at night. I got my orders to cross o'er the sea, so I waved goodbye to the girls I could see. I got on a boat and I started to float. My old pack sack and my big wool coat. 10,000 men, we rode the foam and sung this song to the people back home. So long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. So long, been good to know you. There's a mighty big war, it's got to be won. We'll get back together again. somewhere on a fighting shore with 10 million soldiers, 10 million more. And while we were chasing that super race, we sung this song in the chase. So it won't be long till the fascists are gone, and all their likes are finished and done. We'll throw the clods of dirt in their face, walk away from that lonesome place, singing so long, it's been good to know you. So long, it's been good to know you. So long, been good to know you. There's a mighty big war, it's got to be won. Get back together again. I'm gonna tell you, fascists, you might be surprised. The people in this world are getting organized. You're bound to lose, you fascists bound to lose. Race, hatred cannot stop us. This one thing we know, your poll tax and Jim Crow and greed has got to go. You're bound to lose, you fascists bound to lose. All you fascists bound to lose. People of every color, marching side to side, marching across these fields where 1 million fascists dies. You're bound to lose. I'm going into this battle, I'm gonna take my Union gun. We'll end this world of slavery before this battle's won. You're bound to lose, you fascists bound to lose. So. And then a lyric, looking back. This is from 1947, and this addresses the use of atomic weapons. This is called Dance Around My Atom Fire. Bring all my history pages, bring all my wits and sages, back down from the glacial ages, dance around my atom fire. Bring all my blood relations, bring all my worried nations, back down through my civilizations, dance around my atom fire. I'll bring my sons and daughters, I'll bring my heavy waters, titanium, uranium, dance around my atom fire. Bring all my lads and lasses, nitro and blister gases, brotherhood or a world of ashes, dance around my atom fire. The brightest of eyes and faces, down out of my history places, all of my humanly races, dance around my atom fire. Warfare is not the settlement, bloodshed is not the element, shake hands and work together, dance around my atom fire. I'll sing one more for you, and this is from very late in his writing, after he'd kind of fallen ill, and it's from 1952. And this one actually he never wrote music for, but his son Arlo did, and it's called My Peace. And so I'll close it out with this one, and here we go. My peace is all I've got that I can give to you. My peace is all I've ever had, it's all I ever knew. I give my peace to green and black, to red and white and blue. My peace is all I've got that I can give to you. My peace is all I've got, it's all I've ever known. My peace is worth 1,000 times more than everything I own. I pass my peace round and round, cross hands of every hue. My peace is all I've got that I can give to you. My peace is all I've got that I can give to you. My peace is all I've ever had. It's all I ever knew. I give my peace to green and black, to red and white and blue. My peace is all I've got. It's all yeah. My peace is all I've got. It's all I've ever known. My peace is worth 1,000 times more than anything I own. I pass my peace round and round, cross hands of every hue. My peace is all I've got I can give